Hello, everybody. It's time for Friday Reads. So, today and going into the weekend, I'm actually going to be continuing on with the All Souls trilogy. I really haven't seen this talked about on BookTube, and I think it's a shame because it's such a good series. I'll try to explain a little bit about it. So, this is a trilogy. The first one is A Discovery of Witches. The second one is Shadow of Night. And the third one is A Book of Life, or The Book of Life. The best way that I can describe this trilogy, it's like an adult version of Harry Potter and maybe even a little bit of Twilight. So the first book, A Discovery of Witches, follows Diana Bishop. Diana Bishop is descended from a long line of very powerful witches. She's actually descended from Bridget Bishop, who was hung or who was tried in the Salem witch trials. And she really doesn't want to have anything to do with her magic. She really just wants to kind of live a normal life. You know, a lot of things happened in her past, in her childhood that you learn about that really brought her to that decision of really wanting to live a normal life. She doesn't belong to a coven. She refuses to do any magic until it finds her, basically. She is a scholar. She is at Oxford University. She has a fellowship. She's a doctor. She has a doctorate. And she studies history, specifically alchemy, because she wants to see when really science took root and people no longer believed in magic and believed in science. So in this world, you know, other worldly beings exist, witches, demons, and vampires, although, you know, the humans obviously don't know about it. And she finds this magical object by complete accident, and it throws her world upside down. It also follows, you know, a vampire, Matthew Clairmont, who is, you know, very old, very distinguished. I really don't know. I really can't do this book justice, but I really hope that, you know, more people start talking about it, because I really do think that, you know, if you're in your 20s or even older, that, you know, this series will be the one to try. And I really hope more people do. So again, the first book is A Discovery of Witches by Deborah Harkness. And I've read this series already probably about 4 times, and I read it a couple of times a year because it just makes me so happy. I just love this series, and it's really well written. You know, Deborah Harkness is a professor in her own right. She also has a doctorate. She also has a fellowship at I think Yale University. She had a fellowship, and it's really well written. The first time that I read this, I joked that I needed a thesaurus to read it, but you really don't. I mean, it's such a good book. So I will be continuing this. I am almost done with A Discovery of Witches, the first book, so I'm going to be moving on to the second and third book, which is A Shadow of Night and The Book of Life. And then once I do that, I will be also listening to an audiobook of Me Before You by Jojo Moyes. I'll put the picture here. I only just started this audiobook today, and I'm only, you know, a couple of minutes in, and I really enjoy the narrator. I don't know much about this book, and I haven't seen the movie, and the reason I really wanted to pick it up in some form was because the movie was coming out, or it did come out already actually, and it looked so cute, so I really wanted to read the book so that if I do see the movie, I can, you know, have the book as a reference. And all I know is it's a love story, and it's heartbreaking. I believe there is this young woman, and I'm not sure of her name, and she goes to be a caregiver to this young man who is a paraplegic. And love grows, I think, and I'm not sure how it progresses from there, how it ends. I just heard that it's heartbreaking. You need a lot of tissues, and I'm very excited to, get a good chunk of that done this weekend as well. So that's it. That's all I have for this Friday. I hope you all have a wonderful weekend. Please like, comment, and subscribe. I will always answer your comments. And bye, everybody.